When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hey guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. As we start our story off, during the Great War between the three factions, while the world is in complete chaos, a noble family of yokai was trying to escape the conflict by going to Kyoto. The Void Moon clan never made it to Kyoto. They were ambushed by a group of devils. Only one to survive was Izuku, Void Moon. The Void Moon clan is a clan of humanoid yokai that are constantly mistaken for fallen angels because of their black wings and human appearance. As humanoid crow yokai, they are born through eggs. Izuku was severely injured during the devil attack. With her remaining strength, she had to teleport as far as she can to get out of Japan. As she reappeared in a magical circle inside an old abandoned school, Izuku entered the school while holding on to the large black egg in her arms that she made using her magical essence, combining with her human husband magical essence to make her child. Those family and clan were being wiped out by the devils and fallen angels, just simply because they got caught in the middle of their battle. Izuku used the method to create a child out of necessity, so the clan line don't die out. That's why she birthed Izuku in that way. Well, she doesn't know his name yet. She hasn't named him anyways. Izuku used her free hand to place on her side of her body. As she slowly wobbled into the school and made her way into the first room, the moment she went into the room, she leaned against the wall while holding down her side. As she sat down, as she closed her eyes and started breathing heavy, Izuku reopened her eyes and stared down at the egg with a sad expression, as a single tear is slowly dropping down on the side of her face. My beloved son, when you finally hatch from your egg, I won't be around, despite what methods I used to create you. I had no choice. Our family line must survive. Now I know for a fact you're my son. Let's just say it's a mother's intuition. I truly wanted to meet you, but sadly fate has other ideas. I know you're going to be birthed into a world you don't understand, and you most likely won't have any kinship towards other yokai because of your human heritage in you. Stay strong, my son. I know you do great things in the future. I can't do much about the future, but I can at least do this as your mother. This will certainly accelerate my death, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. You won't understand this knowledge that I'm about to gift you. You most likely will take you years to understand it. But what I'm about to give you will guarantee you can take care of yourself in the future. Let's begin. As a magic circle appeared underneath Izuku in the egg, as Izuku started to cough up blood, as she transferred all her magical knowledge onto her unborn son that's still in his egg, ready to be hatched. When she transferred all of her knowledge of magic, Inko's arms felt limp as her arm dropped to the ground as she passed away with a warm smile on her face. As the magic circle would slowly fade away. 3 years has passed. The school remained undisturbed for the past 3 years, until a fallen angel entered the school to lay low. She has no interest in the war that's going on right now. Many members of the Gogori approach her, but she outright refused. She has no desire to fight devils and angels in their little war. Her main and only concern is her well-being and not fighting some stupid war. Being part of the war effort will take away from her magical research. She's a thinker and a creator, not a mindless barbarian. That's beneath her. She would not resort to such behavior that you would see in a human. She has far more pride in herself. Hatred, anger, envy are dangerous emotions for Fallen Angel. She refused to allow her negative emotions to engulf herself, to get herself killed. She might not be involved into this war, but she still hates devils and angels. But she wouldn't outright seek them out to cause conflict. When it comes to power, she's in the cadre class. Mara wings disappeared when she entered the school, as she could hear her footsteps echo in the abandoned school as she's walking. Mara could smell something foul in the air as she investigates the scent of rotting flesh, as she sees a decomposing body of a woman holding a black egg. Mara could definitely tell that the woman is or was a yokai. Mara has some experience with yokai. She's never seen a yokai like this. She could easily be mistaken for a human. She walked over towards the corpse and closed the eyes of the dead woman and picked up the egg from the corpse's arms. This egg, I could definitely sense yokai energy coming from it. So she assumes that's her offspring. She must have came here to lay low and heal. I could sense the demonic energy emanating from her wounds. Judging by how faint it is, she's been here a while. At least I could give you a proper send-off. As she extended her hand outwards, as a magic circle appeared, as fire rocketed out, burning the corpse to ashes. Now, what am I going to do with you? I wonder what type of yokai you are. I couldn't really tell by your mother's appearance. I should probably get out of here. I'll find another location to lay low. As Mara exit the abandoned school and unleash her fallen angel wings and took flight while holding on to the egg in her arms. Guess I'm stuck with this egg. There's no way to give it back to the yokai. Their territory ever since the war. They've been cut off from the rest of the supernatural world. Kyoto is sealed off, alongside with the Shinto faction. Even if I could get in Kyoto, they would attack me on sight. I'm a fallen angel after all. And there's no way I'm going to have having anything to do with any of the fallen angels. I'll let them kill themselves. No hassle on my back. I suppose I could use an apprentice. I have decided I will raise this yokai as one of my own and teach him everything I know. As time progressed, a few years has passed, as you see a large cabin in the woods, as you see Mara inside the cabin, watching closely as she stares at the beginning egg that's staring down at the egg that was beginning to hatch. When the yokai finally hatched from the egg, Mara took the piece of egg that was stuck on the young baby's head and picked him up in her arms and gazed down at the young baby. Mara was quite surprised when she picked up the baby. The baby reached out and grabbed onto one of her fingers, holding tight with his little grip. Mara smiled at the baby and sung a lullaby as the young yokai fell asleep in her arms peacefully. Mara raised the yokai as her own son. She even named him Izuku. She started training Izuku when he was 5 years old and teaching him how to fly after his wings develop enough for it can support his weight. Mara found it interesting that Izuku wings are quite similar to fallen angel wings. When Izuku turned 10 years old, he was instructed to venture deep into the forest and track down some stray devils that Mara captured and released in the forest to serve as a test. Mara informed her adopted son he must venture into the forest and kill all the stray devils. If he managed to accomplish this task, she'll continue his training in more advanced magic and science and strategy. And Mara knows far too well that he needs this knowledge to accomplish his goals that her son has about creating an artificial sacred gear. Ever since Mara found out what happened during the Great War, she informed her son, an apprentice, of the sacred gears ever since she knows of them, ever since she found out about them. And she was quite surprised how obsessed he became over them. As we changed scenes to the forest, as you see a 10-year-old boy with green hair and green eyes walking through the forest, looking back and forth all around his surroundings. Ever since Izuku saw his mother light weapons that she makes with light magic, he wanted to recreate it. Izuku is fully aware he's not a fallen angel, so he doesn't have access to holy properties when he created light weapons. But nevertheless, the magic is still devastating. Light weapon's a little bit weaker than a fallen angel. Even if it doesn't have the holy properties, it's still quite devastating. It could easily pierce any devil's flesh if Izuku decides to run any devil through with a light weapon. Izuku became quite skilled in manipulating light magic. He was able to create light strings that he can easily produce through the tips of his fingers, as he's running the light strings all around the trees and in the area, staging a scene for the battle with the stray devils. After he's done prepping the area, he flare out his magical aura drawing any stray devils that's in the area to his location. Izuku was leaning against a tree with his eyes closed, listening to the wind. Immediately when he heard sound coming towards him, directly in front of him, he opened his eyes to see a stray devil that looked completely normal except for the bladed hands. When the stray devil noticed Izuku, it ran directly towards him as the light strings chopped the stray devil into little pieces. Izuku heard something from behind the tree. He immediately jumped forward, barely dodging a stray devil that came from behind, and took a big chunk of the tree out from his humongous teeth that's coming from his stomach. It's a very oversized, fat stray devil that apparently has two mouths. One on his face, and the second one on his stomach. Izuku witnessed the stray devil bite through the tree like it was nothing. As he ran forward, charging at Izuku. Fascinating. For one such as big as you. I wasn't expecting this one to move so fast. One's much different from the other one. From the bladed hands, stray devil. Izuku continues to dodge around the attacks of the stray devil, analyzing it. Despite your big stature, you're quite nimble when you want to be. I wonder what else you can do. Show me more, stray devil. I've piqued my interest. To see more? Then I'll show you plenty, yokai scum. I'm going to devour you. You're going to be quite tasty when I get my teeth into your flesh. Izuku dodged a huge fist coming his way and jumped backwards when the fist hit the ground. Despite how corrupted you are, you're still able to hold on to some intelligence. You're a very interesting specimen indeed. I would love to study you more, but I'm on a deadline. Mother would literally kill me if I failed this test. Izuku created white strings from a magic circle, hovering over the palm of his hand, wrapping around the humongous stray devil. Izuku stomped his foot on the ground, making a huge magical circle appeared on the ground as rock spikes shoot out of the ground, piercing through the flesh of the stray devil, pinning the devil on the spot. Izuku walked towards the downed stray devil slowly as he extended his hand outwards towards the severely injured stray devil. Spikes impelled the stray devil, keeping it stuck in that place. Even if the stray devil managed to get out of the light strings that's wrapping around his body. Without another word, Izuku extended his hand outwards towards the injured stray devil, as a black magic circle appeared above the palm of his hand, as green fire shoot out, eradicating the stray devil, leaving nothing but ash. Izuku closed his eyes to sense any more demonic energy in the forest. After he couldn't find any more stray devils, he made his way back home. The walk back was quite peaceful and pleasant. When he finally got out of the forest and went through the front door as he saw his mother waiting for his arrival with a smile on her face. Despite her smile, she was still quite worried about him. Fighting two stray devils is not an easy task for such a young yokai, but she felt confident that he was ready. Sensing any demonic energy anymore. Excellent job, my son. I had a feeling that you would accomplish this task I set for you. I made all your favorite foods upon your arrival. Mother. Enjoy yourself, son, and get plenty of rest. Tomorrow, I will be increasing your training to the next level. And it won't be easy, son. Said Mother. It's a shame I couldn't capture one of those stray devils as a specimen. I wanted to dissect the fat one. Oh well. Mara gave her adopted son a warm smile. I figured you would want one of them to study, so I have one of them in the underground laboratory underneath our house. You know the way. Really? Thank you, Mom. I look forward to dissecting this stray devil you caught for me. You performed very well tonight. You deserve a reward. And I can help spoiling my little krill. Now eat up. As she ruffles Izuku's hair. While training with his adopted mother, he did begin to unlock memories that his birth mother gave him, slowly unlocking them, as he begins to master adapt spells from his mother's knowledge that was given to him when he was still in the egg. Izuku has already learned everything he can from his adopted mother in terms of magic and hand-to-hand combat strategy. But he still could learn a lot more about science and other subjects. He finished his mother's training when he turned 14 years old. Izuku decided to heed his mother's suggestion about traveling around the world to gain experience and try not to get any attention towards any of the factions. Izuku found himself in Japan as he saw smoke coming from the city, from one of the human cities, as he landed on top of a building staring downwards on the street level, seeing a woman with black hair fighting with a man wearing a suit and some sort of black helmet over his face, concealing his identity. Shimura dodge and weave around All for One's blows as she lands vicious punches in the stomach, then followed up with a left hook to his face and his helmet, or his face, that the helmet protects. All for One simply slid backwards after blocking the blow that was aiming for his head. A little bit. As All for One begins to cackle, that cackle turns into outright laughter. I'm going to miss this, Nana Shimura, but all good things must come to an end eventually. Your end is coming. Won't rest until I extinguish one for all. Blasted Cork should have never been created. Once I kill you, no one will be able to challenge me. For you're wrong, villain. The torch has already been passed. What you do here is meaningless. In the end, you lose, and justice will prevail. My suspicions were correct. You did chose a successor already. No matter, after I'm done with you, I will eliminate your successor, before your successor gets too powerful to challenge me. All for One shot out air cannons from both of his arms at Nana Shimura. Nana saw it coming and threw out a punch, creating wind pressure, colliding with All for One's air cannon cork, canceling each other's attacks before they could cause any more further damage towards each other. Could feel her embers of one for all slowly fading away. I need to finish him off. I hope you can forgive me, Toshinori Yagi. It's been fun. With Nana's pure desire A red gauntlet manifests on her right arm with a bright green gem as a voice, as Nana could hear a voice in her head. Everyone was quite confused about the gauntlet that appeared on Nana's right arm out of nowhere. Nana Shimura is shocked herself. Izuku, on the other hand, immediately tell that's a sacred gear that's given off a very powerful dragon aura. That has to be a secret gear, and a powerful one at that. Interesting. Now this battle got a lot more interesting. Well, human, I wonder if you can utilize your power of your sacred gear and walk away still breathing. Everyone was occupied by the red gauntlet. Drag was able to converse with Nana, with their mind link, informing her that she is the next Dragon Empress, the wielder of the boosted gear. Everyone could hear a voice coming from the gauntlet, as it simply said "boost." As Nana used the dragon shot, as a red energy appeared in front of her, as she struck the energy ball with the gauntlet that's on her right hand, as it shot towards All For One. All For One barely managed to dodge, but he was injured slightly by the surprise attack. Izuku took out his notebook out of his suit and began to observe the battle very closely. Izuku heard another boost coming from the gauntlet, as Izuku closely observed the human power and speed double in power. Interesting. The dragon's sacred gear doubled the wielder's power. Judging by that, I suppose it doubles her powers every 10 seconds. After observing the human fight each other for a while, there's only one sacred gear that I know of that has that sort of ability, the boosted gear, the Red Dragon Emperor. I guess in this case, this would be the Red Dragon Empress. Fascinating. According to my mother, this is a mid-tier Longitis. It has the capabilities to actually kill gods. My curiosity has definitely been piqued. I guess I should introduce myself to the new Dragon Empress. The other human doesn't matter. If he gets in my way, I'll kill him. Izuku snapped his fingers as a black magical barrier surround them. Guarantee no one will interfere. The humans won't be able to bypass the barrier. They can't see it. But supernatural creatures, on the other hand, can transport themselves in. Who doesn't desire any other humans interfering? Izuku has no problem killing mere humans. But if he can prevent it, he'll try his best. Killing a whole group of humans would cause attention to himself. Izuku, humans are like rats, vermin, that he could crush at his leisure. After all, they're only human. Izuku wings burst from his back as he took flight from on top of the building. As he hovers in the sky, Nana and All For One can see a figure in the sky in a distance, as Izuku begins to slowly descend downwards, revealing his green eyes and green hair, as a 14-year-old preteen appeared in front of him. Izuku gracefully land on the ground between Nana and All For One, as his wings disappear from his back. Hello there, humans. Sorry to interrupt your little play battle. Full partner, that young man is a yokai and a very powerful one at that. I could feel the pure magical aura emanating from that boy. Is he hostile? It's still uncertain. You're taking this a lot better than I thought you would, considering this is your first experience with the supernatural. I'm a pro hero. The idea of unknown is a daily occurrence in my life. This one's the most rarest occurrence I ever had to experience. I'll heed your warning, Drake, as Nana shut off the connection between her and her sacred gear. Greetings, Red Dragon Empress. I saw your fight, so I had to introduce myself. You're a very interesting host indeed. But unfortunately, for you, human, as you turn around to All for One, you are no longer required, so I'm going to have to eliminate you. Before All for One could say anything, Izuku stomped his foot on the ground as several miniature-sized magic circles appeared all around All for One. Immediately, he got bombarded by green fireballs that explode on impact. When the smoke cleared, you can see All for One on one knee, breathing heavy, as his mask is completely destroyed. Izuku watched the human cough up blood. I'll give you credit, you must be very resilient just to survive that attack. But this next one, you won't be so lucky. As he extended his hand outwards, as a magic circle appeared over the palm of his hand, as green fire shoots out of the black magic circle, as he condensed, increasing the size of the magic, or increase the size of the green fireball, as he unleashed it, as the fireball itself is the size of a bowling ball, disappear. As Izuku launched the fireball towards All for One, before the fireball could hit All for One, a black portal opened up, sucked him in, as All for One made his retreat by the help of Kuriguri that was in the distance. A portal, well, that's a new trick. I didn't think humans have such abilities. He clearly has no magic. I don't think it's a sacred gear. Quite curious. No matter. He's no one important. Allow me to properly introduce myself, Red Dragon Empress. I am Izuku. Greetings, G-Drag. Greetings, Yokai. What is your attention towards me and my partner here? Nothing to worry about, Dragon. I mean you no harm to you or your partner. There's no point harming a mere human. I was simply curious about your health. It seems your opponent escaped. I shouldn't expect nothing less from a human. No honor, despicable human's filth. But I'm quite confident with your new acquired abilities with D-Drag over there. You could handle this human you were fighting with no problem. It seems that we're about to get visitors. I suggest you and your partner get ready. It seems like we have incoming. As several magic circles appeared in the area, as devils appeared from the magic circles. Partner, these are devils. Be on guard. Human, how many boosts are you able to perform? 7, according to D-Drag. Impressive. I still wish to talk to you further, so I will temporarily join you in this battle, Dragon Empress. As Yokai and the Dragon Empress saw several devils from the current Old Devil faction that are currently in a civil war with the younger generations of devils. Only found you, yokai scum. our leader deemed your family a threat to our cause. Your clan has the potential to be a threat that we can no longer ignore. Prepare to die alongside with the Dragon Empress. I am glad our intel was correct about that human. Now we could kill two birds with one stone. We could prevent the current Dragon Empress gaining too much power. Prepare to die. So you are the ones responsible for my yokai mother's death in my clan, and judging by your remark on my clan, they must have been high up in the yokai world. If you devils feared them so much, probably asking yourself why I'm not angry, judging by your disappointed expressions. You're wrong on that, my devil friends. I'm actually quite angry. I will never allow myself to be consumed by such emotions as anger. I'm a yokai of logic. Cut the banter between each other and get to the good part, where I kill several of you. Probably all of you, depending on how much you piss me off. Izuku and Nana Shimura separate, dodging several magical attacks coming from the magic circles the devils created. Half of them went after the new Dragon Empress, and the other half went after Izuku. I recommend boosting. These devils are not small fry. You see their black leathery wings? The more pairs of wings a devil has, the stronger the devil is. The wings display how much power they have access to. Angels and fallen angels have the same method. We got lucky. These devils only have 2 pairs of wings. And if my suspicions are correct, these devils are all high-class devils. Got it, partner. This is not the first time I fought against such odds. I'm a pro hero. It comes with the job. As the gauntlet on her right arm speaks out loud, as it says boost. Nana bliss towards the group of high-class devils that's heading toward her direction. With her hand cocked backwards, she threw out a punch as wind pressure gets created, hitting the stray devils, separating the stray. Oh, not the stray devils, but separating the high-class devils and dazing them for a couple seconds. Nana used the chance to give out a devastating blow to the closest devil near her. That's in her range. As she immediately shot out a dragon shot, vaporizing one of the devils on the spot. Then she spin kicked the other devil. That's to her right, in the face as it goes flying into the building. Nana dodged an incoming fist from one of the devils. Then she rammed her elbow into his face, then slammed her knee into his stomach, then landing a solid blow with a devastating right hook, making the devil flying backwards into a bus. The devil went right through the bus and smashing into a store, going right through the glass window. Excellent job, partner. There's only a few of them left. I know you're worried about the kid, but he might be a kid, but he's still a yokai. And a powerful one at that. That kid's not from a weak species. He'll be able to handle himself. Partner, I don't like the idea of a young people getting into this sort of danger like this. But you're right. We need to finish this up so we can back up the kid. if he gets over his head. The 3 remaining devils recovered from their beatdown from a single female human. That hurt their pride, so they lash out accordingly, blindly. Nana uppercut the closest incoming devil as his head exploded from the impact of her gauntlet fist making contact with their face. Nana shot out a dragon shot at the 2 remaining devils, killing them instantly. Nana frowned at that. She never liked taking life. She's a hero. She's meant to save lives, not take them. But she knows she has no choice. She turned around to hear the sounds of battle as a building begins to collapse on itself. See Izuku dodging attacks from the stray devils while the building collapsed on itself as he jumped out of the window and turned around in midair and popped out his wing as he shot both wings forward towards the devils as black feathers begin to shoot out of his wings. As the devils separate to dodge the deadly sharp feathers that was flying towards them with incredible speed, as the feathers cut right through the building, making the devils very wary of Izuku's black wings that resembles a fallen angel wings. Oh, there's a slight difference to his wings compared to fallen angel wings if you look close enough. Izuku touched the ground. He went into a slide, activating his wings as he created a light sphere using light magic. The devils were shocked at first, but they noticed there's no holy energy coming from the light construct, as they started to laugh at the display for a yokai making a version of a light weapon that usually comes from a angel or fallen angel, without the most deadly property of the holy present in the light weapon. Laugh while you can, devils. It's true, I don't have holy energy to create a real light sphere like a fallen angel or angels, but this will work nevertheless, killing devils. This light weapon is able to kill devils with devastating results. I think I shall show you a demonstration, gentlemen. Blitz towards them with impressive speed and thrust his light spear at one of the devils. The devils were about to counterattack as several medium-sized magic circles appear above them, as green light spears shoot out above them, as Izuku moves around the flying light spears and thrusts his light spear that's in his hand into the devil's back, piercing all the way through, piercing the devil's heart in the process, as he yanked out his spear out of the devil's back and turned around to begin to walk away as several light spears rained down on the fallen devils that's about to hit the ground, as he gets rained down and plunged with several pointy objects, making him double dead. 1 devil down. 3 to go. I'm a bit disappointed that there is not a Satan class among you all. This won't be very hard. No matter. I'll kill you, then I'll move on to the rest of your little group of devils. You won't be the last devils I slay. I don't know what exactly is going on in hell, in the underworld, but I'll figure it out. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Time to die. As Izuku lunged his light spear at one of the devils, piercing his chest, as the light spear explode when it would pierce the devil's chest. He makes his light spears with a little kick ability to make it more dangerous, has to use a little magic on his light constructs. Then they go boom. Mixing light magic with explosion magic. It makes a very deadly combination. Izuku rushed forward as some sort of black substance appeared on his right arm, as his fingers turned into black claw-like. As he ran his claw right through the chest of the nearest devil, then with his opposite hand, green fire peered out of a small black magic circle over the palm of his hand, vaporizing the devil on the spot. As he pulled out his claw hand of the devil's chest, as Izuku turned around to see Nana Shimura, give him a bright smile and slap him on the back. Good job, kid. Pretty good for a beginner. Name's Nana Shimura. As she extend her hand outwards for the yokai to shake it, Izuku looked at Nana, then looked at her hand, as he sighed and shook the Dragon Empress's hand. As they both disappeared in a magic circle, Izuku wanted to go somewhere quiet, so their conversation won't get interrupted. Nana found herself on a mountain, snowing, as currently there is a blizzard going on. Where are we? We're on Mount Fuji. Follow me. My private laboratory is not too far away. No one will be able to interrupt our talks in my lab, because no one knows of its existence in the first place, outside of my mother, of course. Please be careful. The snow can be quite slippery. Nana followed Izuku into a cave that has a large steel door on one of the walls of the cave. Attached to right next to the door is some sort of eye scanner. Izuku placed his eye over the scanner. As he scanned his eye, as the door slowly opens, as Nana followed with curiosity with all the different type of equipment in the lab. When she entered the room after walking down a long hallway. I do apologize for the mess. I haven't picked up the clatter. Get down to the core of things, of the matter, or core of the matter. Yokai, what exactly are you after? Simple, my suspicious dragon friend. I want to learn more about sacred gears in general. And I happened to came across a very powerful long artist. Something like that. I thought I would never came across so soon. I can't allow this opportunity to slip through my fingers. I wish to help you and your partner to become stronger. I see how would that would benefit me and my partner, but what do you get out of it? I would gain important information about sacred gears while observing you and your partner get stronger. But to what end, yokai? My main goal is see if it's possible to create an artificial sacred gear, not just any typical critical, but a longitis. Drag start laughing, as everyone could hear the laughter through the gauntlet, as he found is very humorous. I'm not sure what a sacred gear actually is, but she remained quiet, soaking up what information she does understand. You find so humorous, dragon. You don't believe I can do it? Got me all wrong, yokai. It's not that I don't believe you can accomplish this. I find it quite fascinating that you want to create a artificial longitis. You're definitely interesting, yokai. You sure don't dream small, kid. Or you're wrong, my dragon friend. It's not a dream. It's going to be a reality. It's going to happen regardless. There's one little problem with your plan. You're indeed powerful, but I don't believe you would have much to teach my partner over here. She's a seasoned warrior herself before she awoken me. Observing your progress, I won't be teaching the human anything. My mother is. She would be most interested in training the current wielder of the boosted gear. What do you say? Do we have a deal? The devils won't be the only ones to challenge you. Many different kinds of species will be flocked to you because of that dragon aura you emanate from your gauntlet. You've already been exposed to the supernatural world. Sadly, there's no going back for you. What it says is true, partner. Many powerful beings will flock to you because of my presence. So it's only natural. After all, you are the current Dragon Empress, after all. But the choice is ultimately yours. For you to decide, partner. I'm with you regardless of what you choose. D-Drag. I suppose training would probably be a good idea. My successor should be able to handle things in my stead. Very well, Izuku. I accept your conditions. Perfect. As that's where we're gonna cut it. Hope you guys have a good night today. Judging my time zones. I'll catch you in the next video.